Yo, what's happening, people? Welcome back to Football Therapy, aka the 60,000 subscribers plus train. With me, your host Jan. I hope you lot are all doing well today, man. I really do hope that. Welcome back to the channel, and welcome to Chelsea News, the daily series here on Football Therapy, where I go across football news, media, social media, headlines, publications, let you know what they're saying, deliver it to you in a consolidated package, offer my opinion, but more importantly, ask for yours down in the comment section below. And today we're going to be talking about three stories, yes, three recurring players, but new things. I want to cite two German quotes, well, two quotes from different Germans. Raphael Honigstein has commented on the Timo Werner medical situation, perhaps why the deal stalled, what's going on. So I want to give you an update on that. German coach Didi Hamann has commented on Kai Havertz and why he thinks Chelsea would be a better suited club for him than Manchester United. To be honest, there's probably other clubs that he might want to go to over Manchester United, quite a few, but anyway, he's bigging up Chelsea, which is positive. And there's been a report on Ben Chilwell again, how perhaps his price will come down even further because he does want to come to Chelsea, and perhaps the pandemic would dictate a more reasonable transfer fee. So a lot to get into today, guys, and if you enjoyed daily updates of Chelsea Football Club or just yours truly talking about Chelsea, please do consider subscribing to this channel, Football Therapy, man. I'm getting so many lovely messages at the moment since I hit 60k. Thank you so much to you lot. Consider subscribing only if you want to, but if you want to help me out as well, drop a like on the video. Alright, let's get into it. So let's start off with Timo Werner. Of course, we've known for a long while now that Chelsea have come to an agreement with the player to come to Chelsea for a 5-year deal. Being off the likes of Liverpool Football Club and Manchester United, Frank Lampard and Big Pete did the business over in Germany and convinced Timo to have a lovely time in London. Anyway, a lot of people are sort of getting nervous, perhaps wondering why he hasn't signed or what's going on. Of course, really, it's kind of obvious. He can't travel because of the pandemic. Anyway, Raphael Honigstein tweeted out a sort of breakdown of the reasonings why he can't have a medical yet, why he can't sign, and he said this: "Delay in the Werner deal is solely down to the practicalities of getting a medical done. The Athletic has been told. He can't fly to the UK due to the Bundesliga COVID-19 regulations, and Chelsea doctors can't fly out to Germany because they would have to isolate for 14 days upon return. Chelsea could use German FA doctors in the meantime, but they're more likely to wait until the German season is over on June the 27th, or perhaps quarantine regulations in the UK change." So it makes sense. It essentially means Chelsea aren't panicking. They sort of trust the player. There is an agreement in place. They're not rushing to get things done. Perhaps there's this sort of, across the fan base, this paranoia, this anxiety that Liverpool might swoop in or something might happen late to ruin the deal, but that won't happen. If Chelsea are comfortable to not use like German FA doctors, which of course would be neutral medical professionals, to take a medical with Timo, if they're like, you know what, we don't need to do that, we can chill and wait for our doctors, I reckon everything's feeling pretty good at the moment about the deal, so there's no need to worry, Chelsea fans. So either when the season finishes in Germany, or perhaps regulations get relaxed, or like restrictions get relaxed regarding the pandemic, we'll see Timo have a medical and then perhaps get announced by the club shortly after. So there's your update on Timo. Before we talk about Didi's Kai Havertz quotes, let's give you an update on left-back Ben Chilwell. Of course, Ben Chilwell is Frank Lampard's priority target, and I'm kind of warming to the idea, safe in the knowledge that he has a lot of Premier League experience and he's young, essentially. Fair enough, the £85 million original price tag scared everyone off, including myself, but it's been reported that perhaps a figure closer to 50 million might be accepted due to Ben Chilwell himself wanting the move to Chelsea Football Club, and of course the pandemic just generally affecting the financial climate. This is interesting because still Leicester don't need to sell, so it's a little bit confusing, like, really, well, why lower our price when we don't need to sell? And perhaps we could wait like another year or two for the sort of economic climate to restructure itself, and then we can sell them for a few more P's, do you know what I mean? But the truth is, if Chilwell wants the move, he might have actually even put in a transfer request behind the scenes. I don't know that, I'm speculating. For example, if something like that's happened, they're like, okay, let's just make some money, sell him. 50 million, still a lot of money for Ben Chilwell, but he is a Premier League proven young player who, when in form, is of course a very good player. We're just remembering his latter performances when he wasn't playing very well, but he's got it in his locker. If Chelsea get him for about 50 million, Frank Lampard, Ashley Cole will be happy. And of course, Leicester are already trying to source replacements as well, so there's that as well. To be honest, like a lot of people at The Athletic are saying, Simon Johnson especially, he really can see this deal happening, and he was even quoted at one point saying that he will be surprised if Ben Chilwell does not end up at Chelsea this summer. So all things considered, I think it can happen as well. And to be honest, I'd be happy with that. I'd be excited. If Frank Lampard sees him as a systemic, important cog in his new functioning Frank Lampard ball machine, I'm back in the gaffer. Bring on Phillipe. Of course, I'd be happy with any new left back, and that includes Tagliafico, Telej, or whoever you want to bring in who's got obvious quality. But more and more, as I think about it, I'm happy with the Phillipe train. Hopefully you are too. Alright, let's move on. So the big story around European football at the moment is Kai Havertz. Where's he going to go? Of course, it really was Timo, Kai and Jadon. We know what's happening with Timo Werner, but the other two kids playing in Germany, what's going to happen? Jadon Sancho is still up in the air, although Manchester United are of course still heavy favourites to sign the young English winger, especially now because Chelsea just don't really need him. But Kai Havertz, man, he has a lot of suitors. The Spanish giants, of course, Bayern Munich, the favourites. Chelsea have registered a strong interest, and apparently Manchester United are in for him as well. Dietmar Hamann said some stuff though, or Didi Hamann, whatever you want to call him. The Bavarian German football coach had a few things to say about this, and I want to read you out some quotes because it is quite enjoyable coming from a Chelsea fan's perspective. When speaking about Chelsea and Manchester United both being suitors for Havertz, he said, "Chelsea and Manchester United are fighting for 4th place," he told Sky Germany. "If United misses out on the Champions League again, the Red Devils are at risk of falling behind the other clubs. United has lost its appeal in recent years. They have been the measure of things for many years and are still the largest club in England, but they have major internal problems. If there was a player on the market in the past, Manchester United was the first contact for years. I believe that is no longer the case today." So already there's a lot of, Manchester United are a massive club in England, but they've fallen off, mate, and really they're not, the desired destination as they once were. He goes on to say, "When a player like Kai Havertz changes clubs and signs somewhere for 5 years, the long-term perspective is more important than participating in the Champions League next season. The player may have to make a decision in the next few weeks and cannot wait until the season in England, which runs out at the end of July, or potentially the beginning of August. Perspective is important for a player, but Manchester has been a vacuum for years." On the other hand, if I look at Chelsea, they have coach Frank Lampard, who did a great job for the club as a player, and I have the feeling that the Blues are growing again. They had a 2-year transfer embargo and, with Mount and Abraham, brought back 2 young players who are on loan. Christensen is an incredibly interesting player. Sounds pretty good. For the first time in a long time, you have a team with which fans can really identify. If Timo Werner or possibly Kai Havertz were to be added, it would be an incredibly exciting and interesting story. If I think about where I see clubs now in 2 or 3 years, the decision for Chelsea would be a relatively easy one for me as a player. You love to hear it! A German football coach saying that young German Kai Havertz would be better off going to Chelsea Football Club than Manchester United. I mean, he didn't really need to just slag off Man United as well so much before, but he could just say, look, starting off, looking at the projects, looking at what they are immediately, where they could be in 3 years' time, Chelsea Football Club makes a lot of sense, and I'm inclined to agree with him. Of course, I'm a biased Chelsea fan, so I'm going to say that, but I'd like to think perhaps the neutrals would say the same thing? Say the same thing. That part at the end of the video where I sort of forget how to talk. No disrespect to United and Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, they are doing good work. They're a dynamic, attacking, counter-attacking, essentially, direct team. And they do have a project going on there, but I'd argue, even trying to step away from my biased blue-tinted goggles, that Chelsea are a more exciting prospect. They play attacking football, they've had a lot of goals and stuff, and they're just exciting, good combinational play, and really the long-term project makes much more sense. They've always had a transfer plan, Chelsea, apart from this kind of like dip recently with the Drinkwater and Zappa Costa vibes. But to be honest, it's a new age in transfer plans, because not only are they bringing in decent players, showing ambition like Chelsea do, they're implementing the youth, the academy, everything looks good, there's a project. It does look like if there was one manager that they would keep around for a long time, it would be Chelsea's greatest ever player in Frank Lampard, so that should offer comfort to potential new players like perhaps Kai Havertz. Anyway, what do you guys think? I'm always keen to get your thoughts and opinions down in the comment section below. Let me know what you think of these comments regarding Kai Havertz and potential destinations. I still personally think he probably will end up at Bayern Munich because it's just one of those stories where they end up at Bayern Munich. Let me know what you think though. Also, let me know what you think about the potential signing of Ben Chilwell. Could you get on board the Chile B train, man? Let me know, and by all means comment on Timo Werner as well. Other than that, guys, thank you all so much for joining the Football Therapy Project and subscribing. If you have done, please consider doing so, only if you want to, if you haven't. And yeah, follow me on social media. I'm doing more activity on Instagram at Football Yannick. Anyway, that's it from me, you lot. Enjoy the football that is happening soon in England, and I will see you later.
You ain't so tough with that bad boy talk. I'ma get it how I'm living, I'ma walk the walk. Outline my lines, I rap through thought. Body bag the verse, outlined in chalk. In my life seen trouble, hustle on the double. Silence on the trigger like my pick got a muzzle. Yo, chick like to guzzle, bad boy stay in trouble. I only love this paper, sorry I don't. I laugh me, baby.